Hello.
We're here.
Welcome to day 2 of the Emergence live stream.
And it's always a little bit nerve-wracking here in the beginning, just to make sure that all this different technology that we're using is working okay.
But we're good to go.
Yeah.
We're here. Say hi, everybody. Hi. These lovely people have been helping us attune to the energies that flood in. And Preet was saying it feels like he's putting his finger into an electrical socket.
Yeah, so again, welcome to all those people around the world. And as we said yesterday, we have this going out in many different channels, 10 other languages. And we were chatting this morning with our translator Renat in Russia. They're going out on a separate link also. And it's just...
Oh.
Okay. So, fortunately, Ashley is there just to remind me that I actually need to turn my microphone on for those people that can't lip read. And don't worry, as you become enlightened, you will be able to understand telepathically. But hopefully now you can all hear me. Thank you, Ashley, and everybody else who wrote into the chat box. As I was saying, that you couldn't hear me, there was a lot of energy happening this morning, which is probably why I didn't turn my microphone on. It's a challenge just to feel so much energy coming through that wants to be shared with everyone. So let's just invite you to take a moment, as I do, just to relax, feel yourself in the body. And just take a deep breath and just feel yourself very present. Get comfortable. So there's a few things that we'd like to share with you today. And the first area that we wish to address is about an understanding of the quantum field and how we create from the quantum field. And we think that we create by going to work, earning money, and then buying the things that we need. And in a sense, that's true on the physical dimension. But there's much more to creating than what we do physically. And in order for us to move forward and to create a new reality here on the earth, we need to have an understanding about how our vibration creates, how our thoughts, our feelings, and even those repressed programs that we carry in our subconscious, how those influence the way that we think and the way that we feel. And so it's important to have that understanding, because then we can be consciously aware of what we're thinking and feeling. Because if we are aware of those, then when we're feeling negative thoughts or expressing negativity, we can catch ourselves, because we don't want that low frequency energy to be going out into our creations.
Right. And I've heard that scientists estimate that about 5% of the time we're consciously aware. We go on autopilot a lot. Like if you think about driving to work, if you can remember those days, like sometimes you arrive and you don't have any recollection of the drive, and that's because you are on autopilot. But our conscious mind is the seat of our ability to change our vibrational expression moment by moment. So the more present we can be, and the more aware we can be actually of our physical presence also, our connection to our body and our felt sense is a big way that we actually plug into, how am I vibrating right now? And then once you become aware of it, Greg Braden likes to say that human beings are actually remarkable because we're the only life forms, physical life forms on Earth, the only animals that can consciously choose to self-regulate, to change our physiology just with our intention.
And that's demonstrated by some of the monks and things that can sit without clothes or just a loincloth in the snow, and they can sit and meditate and the snow will melt around them.
Yeah. And it's also demonstrated just if you smile and then you let your heart feel like it gets this little crinkly smile happening in your heart center. And then suddenly you're actually changing the biology that's being expressed in your body in that moment.
Beautiful. So many of you have probably heard the phrase, what you focus on, you create. And there's a reality to that, but there's more to understand than that simple concept or idea. So what science is understanding now, and what Alcazar has been talking about for 30 odd years, is that, first of all, everything is vibration. That's pretty basic. Science has known that for a long time. So everything is vibration. So your thoughts are vibration. Your feelings are vibration. The limiting programs in your subconscious, for example, I'm not good enough, or nobody loves me, or I don't deserve to receive, things like that, they're thought patterns which you are holding. And because they're not very pleasant, generally, you're not totally unaware of them, but you push them back. You don't like to think and feel those things. But they're always there. And they're always part of your vibration. So part of the Stargate experience is about bringing these limiting programs into your awareness so that you can actually dissolve them, work on them, recognize where they have come from, look at that situation, bring an adult understanding to what very often was created in your childhood, and with an adult understanding, it actually dissolves. And Alcazar has created a different form of working with your inner child, which is very effective at dissolving some of those old limiting programs. So, creation happens in the quantum field. Everything that we think, everything that we feel, everything that's happening in our physical body is all vibration. And so we're constantly vibrating, radiating into the field all these energies. And the quantum field responds. So our energies are like a magnet in a sense. So if you are radiating love and joy and celebration, then the quantum field starts to bring you situations that you feel joyful about, that you feel love about, that you want to celebrate. And if you focus on negativity, lack, the lower vibrations, hatred, resentment, then those also go out into the quantum field, act like a magnet, and draw situations into your life where you feel more resentment, you feel more lack, and so on. And so this phrase, what you focus on, you create, has a reality to it. And so part of being more aware is to catch yourself when you're in these lower frequency energies and to simply change. To decide, I'm not going to focus on what I don't have. I'm going to focus on everything that I can appreciate.
Yeah. And so we've worked a lot with Isabel Benarus, who has developed bio-reprogramming, which is all about how to change, and specifically how to change these programs. And she said that there are two ways that you can change. And one is getting to the root and asking why. And why and why. And you
why
can.
Am I like that?
Why am I like that? Where is it coming from? Oftentimes it's the childhood. So that understanding can be absolutely vital. And reframing what happened can be really, really vital. For example, if you were a child, you thought that your parents didn't love you, you can ask yourself, why did I feel that? And it might be like, oh, my father ignored me. And then you can ask, does that mean that he didn't love me? And you might see, oh, no, he worked 2 jobs just to take care of us. And he was just exhausted. So his expression of love was working. He didn't realize how important it was to connect with me. And that starts to change the energy of that program. And the other way to change is by almost like flexing a muscle, so that every time that feeling of I'm not lovable comes up, you stop yourself and you practice the pause and you dissolve that feeling in the moment just by becoming aware of it. Because what you'll notice with these unconscious programs is that they do have a vibrational resonance. They have a felt sense to them. They have oftentimes an icky kind of a feeling that takes you down. So one of the keys to dissolving them is to actually get curious and start to get curious also about what happens if I bring love to that program? What happens if I question the underlying assumptions, which oftentimes are just us universalizing one moment of our lives into being about who we are instead of just what happened to us.
And one of the things that's really important as you begin to notice these unconscious programs is not to judge yourself. Rather than that, actually celebrate. Oh, this is great. I've noticed a limitation which I've been living for a number of years, and now I've got the tools, the understanding to change that.
Yeah, but there's actually a third way to change. And this is pretty cool. So Alcazar has said that some of these programs you actually need a conscious understanding of, but some of them can just simply go. And so
in the energy field, of the Stargate, yeah.
So the way that this works is actually amazing. If you think about what's holding your subconscious programs in place, it is the brain-mind mechanism, right? There's an actual patterning that your mind is clutching onto. And what happens in the Stargate energies is that you relax and you relax and you expand beyond who you think you are. You expand beyond your normal felt sense experience of yourself. You expand sometimes so deeply that you let go. You let go completely of your mind. And in those moments of no mind, that clutching onto the programming is no longer so firmly in place. And in that, even if it's just a micro moment, everything can rearrange itself.
And so yesterday I was saying, allow the tears, because that's the body throwing out old emotional limitations. So if the tears coming, allow them, because that's some of the old programming that's been limiting you. It's actually releasing in that moment. And you don't have to try and understand what it is. Just let it go. Just allow the tears. And if you totally allow them, it will just continue to flow until that program, or even programs, because sometimes several things will come up and release at the same time if you're open to just let the energy flow. Yeah.
And it's so important to actually, as Preet was saying, celebrate. It's like, it feels so rough sometimes when this old stuff comes up, and especially lately with the morphogenetic field going into so much fear and chaos and uncertainty. A lot of old programs, survival type, deep core programs, were coming up all at once for people. With the Stargate work, it's important to recognize that oftentimes when we're confronted and these programs are in our face, it is part of the acceleration of the awakening. It's part of it because this whole experience of being third dimensional is happening like a play. And we're being set up to learn certain lessons. So the sooner that we can actually embrace the lessons that are coming at us and say, okay, bring on the highest wisdom and the highest love that I have for myself, the faster we can move through them and then experience something new.
And so these 4 days together are about planting seeds of a new future. And so that's why we're talking about how to create an understanding of the deeper reality about creation. Because as we join together and as we focus on the many things that we would like to have in our lives, then our energies, as we send out a huge wave of energy, perhaps on the 4th day, we'll be sending out a wave of energy around the world. And so we're building up to that potential. And so having an understanding of how we're going to create is really important. And so it's also vital to understand that it's not focusing on what we don't want. Focus on what we wish to create. And be very aware of that, just in your own life, as well as we're projecting into how we'd love our reality in our neighborhood, in our countries, in the world.
Yeah. When you create a vision that's exciting for how your life could be, you have a light at the end of the tunnel, right? Like you have a through line and some place that inspires you, and that can give you the energy you need to bring that highest love and that highest wisdom to yourself in the moment. So it's actually very, very important to focus on, visualize, and have even like a felt sense of how it's going to be for you when you get more and more embodied in awakened, and how it's going to be for the planet when this huge creativity starts to blossom.
And we mentioned yesterday how nature, or how the earth, is already healing herself. I mentioned the huge healing that's happened over the Arctic, where the big hole in the layer, what layer was it?
This is the ozone.
Ozone layer, thank you. The ozone layer has healed itself just in a few weeks, and it's the largest ozone layer that was ever seen.
Wow.
And there's stories about nature coming back in a lot of different ways. You've probably read or heard about it. So for us, it's about creating beautiful thoughts about what we wish to create. And there's another aspect to that, because yesterday we talked about your superconsciousness, that you're much more than just this human part, and that your superconsciousness, the real you, as Alcazar calls it, your superconsciousness wishes to guide your humanness so that your human experience can become more and more beautiful. So one of the things that we want to do in the next meditation is actually support your intuition, because as we said yesterday, your intuition is the channel or the way that your superconsciousness communicates with your humanness. So it's really important to listen, to feel, to sense your intuition, and to actually invite your intuition to assist you in this process that we'll be doing, where we're looking and feeling, how do we want our world to be as we move out of this global shutdown, or global stop and reset, as Alcazar calls it.
Cool. And so recently, Prageet and I did a co-creative program with Isabel Benarus, and it was called Superconscious Creation. But what just clicked in for me is this understanding. So the whole program is an exploration of how we create subconsciously, consciously, and superconsciously. And if you can visualize these overlapping Venn diagrams of the superconscious creation, the quantum field type creation, where we can raise our vibration and have such an elevated state that we can plant seeds into the quantum field, and synchronicity aligns to bring us what we want. That's cool. Do you know that sometimes your superconsciousness aligns synchronicity to bring up what you don't want to see? And that's cool too. As we said, that's part of the acceleration.
Yeah.
But I was just visualizing in the Stargate energies, what we're doing is we're vibrating with the field. So we're literally energizing that potential for our superconsciousness to, through our intuition, guide us. So our awareness is the bridge so that we can be our own guide through our superconsciousness, and literally infuse energies to dissolve subconscious programs and use our conscious mind to choose to get there.
And one other area just to understand is that as we radiate our energies moment by moment by moment, I've said that our energies are almost like a magnet that attract experiences into our life. Sometimes it attracts things instantly. Sometimes it attracts things the next day, the next week, the next month, depending on how much energy you're radiating into the field about a particular thing. For an example, we mentioned yesterday that we'd found this beautiful property, and this is something that we'd been putting out with our thoughts and our feelings for a long time. And slowly, the response has come. We've just found a place that fits so well with our expectations. In fact, It goes beyond what we'd imagined. So the beautiful thing about the quantum field is if you're open to receive, then very often what you receive is more than you've expected. So we'd like to go into a meditation now. And this is a meditation that's going to help us energize or strengthen the connection between your superconsciousness and yourself, to open your intuition a little more. Okay?
Okay. So again, we'll have the music links. And looking at the very bottom of that new window that opens, you can adjust the volume so you're in control of how loud or soft it is. And then when you're ready, just relax, lay down if you wish, sit up if you wish, and we'll go for it.
Very good. And so, as always, we invite you just to close your eyes, relax, feel yourself very present in your body, and Alcazar will guide the meditation coming through Julianne and myself. And remember, in these processes, in the Stargate meditations, there's nothing to do. It's important that you keep your eyes closed because the energy will be building throughout this process. And beloved ones, we greet thee again. 'Tis Alcazar. And as always, when we work with the Stargate, we first invite the energies of the earth, the energies of Gaia, to come up into your body and into your energy field.
And so each one of you asking inside, we call for the energies of the earth to embrace us. And just allowing, being very receptive, for the earth is indeed responding directly to you right now.
And do not be concerned if you do not feel the subtle energies as yet. In order to fully benefit, it's important that you ask for the various things that we suggest. If you can align with those, then it is important to ask inside, because that way the guides will respond to you individually.
And now we invite each one of you to ask inside for an etheric stargate, the consciousness held in the sacred geometry, to come and form around you. And so we call for the presence of an etheric stargate.
And so an etheric stargate invite, and then you can imagine or feel a stargate forming around you. It is not necessary to know the complexity of it. Just the intention is all that is needed. And so just feeling or sensing or imagining a stargate around you. Very good.
And now asking inside for your etheric stargate to activate.
We call for the activation of all the etheric stargates around the world.
And as you simply relax, a gentle energy field is beginning to build around you. Nothing to do, just relaxing into this moment, here and now.
Very good. And as we mentioned yesterday, we are going to ask the consciousness of the Stargate, the Etheric Stargate, to vibrate faster and faster around you. And as it does so, the vibrations it creates are similar to the various dimensions. And so, as it vibrates faster and faster, the energy moves from this physical dimension up through the other dimensional realms. And so we are going to start that process right now.
And so vibrating all the etheric stargates faster and faster, moving up through your third dimensional frequencies into the fourth dimension, and continuing to accelerate.
Faster and faster into that which you would call the fifth dimensional now, and merging into the sixth as we continue to accelerate. And now merging into the seventh dimension, where we ask all the etheric stargates to pause at this frequency.
So your stargate is now vibrating at this seventh dimensional level. And we ask each one of you to ask inside for a strong seventh dimensional energy field.
We call for a strong seventh dimensional energy field in all the etheric stargates around the world, and all the physical stargates around the world. And they are all connected as one in that which we call the Stargate grid. Very good.
You are being vibrated with this seventh dimensional frequency. And as you relax, your energy also rises until you too are vibrating at a seventh dimensional level.
Nothing to do. It happens quite naturally. It happens all by itself as you relax into these subtle energies. And again, just keeping the eyes closed, being very present, and being aware as much as you can of these subtle energies. Do not be concerned if you do not feel them right away. Some people are sensitive to energy and can feel them. Others are sensitive in different areas. But be assured, these energies, if you have asked, are responding to you.
And so we continue to accelerate the vibration in all the etheric stargates. Vibrating faster and faster and moving up already through your eighth dimensional frequencies into the ninth.
And accelerating through the ninth dimension, up into the 10th, and continuing to increase the vibration into the 11th dimensional frequency ranges now, and merging into that which you would call the 12th dimension, where again we pause all the stargates.
And so your stargate now vibrating at a 12th dimensional level. And again, each one of you asking inside, we call for a strong 12th dimensional energy field in all the etheric stargates.
And just feel, for you might begin to sense your etheric stargate gently vibrating you. And as before, just by being relaxed in that field, your energy will continue to rise and harmonize with these 12th dimensional energies which are surrounding you right now. Again, nothing to do, totally relaxing into the softness. That is all that is needed. Very good. And if you recall yesterday, we invited the angelic realm. We will do this again right now. So we ask each one of you to ask inside for the presence of the angels.
We call for the presence of the angelic realm.
And just feel. Be aware of the energy. And can you sense a vibration happening in your own energy field? For the presence of the angels vibrates your energy. That is how you feel them. We usually invite the angels first, simply because the angelic realm has been accepted, acknowledged by many, many of your religions. And so there is a certain programming of acceptance for many people, which allows you to open to their energies a little easier.
And we will invite once again the ascended masters, the enlightened ones who have walked your earth, who have become enlightened, who are still available to assist humanity.
And so today we are going to invite all the ascended masters from around the world and from within the various centuries. And we are inviting them all to bring their energies here into this meditation right now.
And so we call for the presence of all the enlightened ones who have walked the earth.
And just feel, as you invite them, can you feel a gentle energetic coming to you, joining this energy field that we are creating around the world right now? So many masters. Their intention was to assist those around them. Their intention was to assist their disciples in understanding, in raising their vibration, so that their disciples too can one day become enlightened. And so, beloved ones, if you are listening to this broadcast, there is a very high potential that in a past life, whether you remember it or not, you have actually lived with or been a disciple of an ascended master, a master whom you lived with, who you knew, who accepted you as their disciple. And so we are going to say to you, allow for the possibility that perhaps you have been with the master in the past, whether in this or any other lifetime. And so now we are going to ask you to ask specifically for the master or masters that you have lived with to bring their energy to you.
And so we call for the presence of the master or masters who we have lived with, who we have resonated with, who have taken us on as disciples in the past.
So just allowing for the possibility even if you do not remember. And just feel as your master from the past brings their energy to you. And understand that when a master has accepted you as a disciple, it is not just for that lifetime. It is until you too reach that state of enlightenment. And so your master is available to you right now. Very good. And now we are also going to invite the star families. As we mentioned in your yesterday, there are many enlightened civilizations around your universe. Humanity is the most recent civilization. Some of these benevolent beings, their civilizations in the stars, so to speak, have been in that enlightened state for millions of your Earth years. So humanity is very definitely the new kid on the block, as they say in your America. And so, beloved ones, we ask each one of you to invite the benevolent star beings to bring their energies here to join and to support us.
We call for the presence of all the benevolent star beings from around this universe and beyond.
And feel. Here they come. Again, a gentle shift in the energy field as the star families gently bring their presence to you. Very good. And, beloved ones, as some of you have heard us say in the past, you are ancient beings. You are your superconsciousness. You know that you have lived many lifetimes here in the human form, changing the vehicle, the body, again and again, giving yourself different experiences of being human, different experiences of being in a male body, in a female body, being in abundance, being poor, being killed, killing, experiencing all the flavors and ways that you can experience this humanness. But beloveds, this is just the last part of your journey. You are infinite beings. You are pure consciousness, just having a human experience right now. Before you became human, you lived elsewhere. You have actually come from the stars. You have come from one of these enlightened universal families. And whether you remember, whether you know where you have come from or not, we are going to ask you to allow for the possibility that you have lived in another civilization beyond the earth before you came here so many lifetimes ago. And so we are going to ask you if you can be open to this possibility to invite your star family without knowing their name, if that is the case, just asking your star family to support you right now.
We call for the presence of our star family, our family from our home in the stars.
And just feel. Here they come. And they are coming, bringing their energy to you individually to support you in your own personal evolution. Welcome them, allowing for the possibility. And rather than asking lots of questions, simply be in their energy field. Just simply ask them, please support me in my awakening process. For when you ask, they can respond. They may respond in ways that you are unaware of, but they are willing and able to support you in your awakening. Very good. And as these two have already said, in this meditation, we wish to support you in opening a little more or expanding the communication from your superconsciousness to your human aspect, expanding your intuition. And there are 2-star families who will be supporting you in this process.
They are the ones known as the Pleiadians and the Arcturans. And so we ask each one of you to invite them here now.
And so we ask for the strengthening presence, the increase in the energy of the Pleiadians and the Arcturans.
And feel. Here
Can
they
you
come,
feel
bringing their energy as one.
coming to you? The Pleiadians and Arcturans. And in a moment, they are going to transmit a gentle, energetic field to each and every one of you. A field that will assist you in opening, becoming clearer, so that you can receive your intuition a little bit easier. Okay? And so we ask the Pleiadians and Arcturans to bring their transmission right now. And again, nothing to do. Just being totally relaxed. And we say again and again, you are all unique. And so the energies coming to you are specifically designed for you. Some of you will feel these energies in a very strong way because that is what is appropriate for you. For others, the energy might be very subtle, just perceptible. And for others, the energy will be so fine, you do not even notice it. Just being with what is. As the Pleiadians and Arcturans send these energetics to you. Relax. Not trying to do anything, not trying to feel the energy, just being relaxed. Very good. This transmission will last for a minute or two. Nothing to do. Just bathing in these gentle, soft, energetics. Very good. Just being as present as you can without trying to feel, without trying to do, but just noticing, just being aware of your energy in whatever way it is vibrating right now. Nothing to do. The beauty of the Stargate work is that vibration can change you. Vibration can heal you. And even though right now we are focusing on energies to enhance your intuition, for some of you, rebalancing of your energy fields, of your physical body, is happening right now. So again, nothing to do, not trying to direct the energies, just being as present as you can. Very good. Very good. We feel the receptivity that is occurring around your earth. We feel the thousands of people who are joining this meditation, each one pulling into their field, receiving through their asking these energies from the Pleiadians and Arcturans. There is a huge wave of support coming into your planet right now. And we can see from our perspective that there are actually many more participating in these meditations than you are even aware of. Through your various technologies, there are actually tens of thousands who are benefiting in this moment or in the very near future. Feel this incredible receptivity that each one of you are participating in. Your intention, your availability acts as a magnet to draw the support from the guides, from the Pleiadians and Arcturans. And now they bring their transmission gently to a close. And so now we invite you just to bring your full awareness to your energy field, to feel the vibration within. To notice it, to acknowledge, I can sense my energy has changed. And then feeling yourself very present in the physical body, and then slowly, without rushing, bringing your awareness back into the body. So very, very slowly and gently coming back. Yay. That felt good to me.
It did.
How are you guys doing? Great. So we invite you, as always, just to share with us what was your feeling during the meditation. How do you feel now? And we will just check out some of your comments. So you'll see us looking over here at the big TV screen so that we can see the chat box.
So just take a deep breath. We're entering into depths of receptivity individually, and we're being supported actually through our connection through the quantum field. And that's still happening. It's like someone rings a bell and the vibrations reverberate out. And so be aware of the vibrations as we speak.
And just check in the chat box. We'll read some of the ones that are coming through the English, but as we said, there's 10 other channels happening. So the powerful of the vibrations. I felt sweet, unconditional love in my heart.
From their star family.
Yeah. Feeling expansive and supported.
Someone who saw sacred geometry flashes.
Still tingling, vibrating so high, love to Gaia. Several people saying peace and peaceful. Susanna having tears of joy.
Someone who had energetic gloves.
Yeah. Again, peaceful and tears. Feeling at home. Beautiful. Gina saying thanks to my star family. Sandra, many tears and gratitude.
Someone
Goosebumps.
Deeper each time. And it's an acceleration.
Yeah. I was crying, laughing. Someone saw a lion. That's interesting. There's a race out there somewhere called the Leonids. And they have a lion head and something a bit more like a human body, which I'm sure for some of you listening is a bit of a stretch to allow that for a possibility. So when you hear these things which might sound really strange, rather than saying, oh, that can't be true, just say, I'm open to the possibility that that might be the case. Because in that openness, what were you going to say?
In that openness, you can have an experience and then you'll know.
Yeah.
But also an even more expansive question than being open to the possibility is, wow, if that really exists, what's that like? What's it like to be a Leonid? Because when you ask that question, you bring the experience even closer. But that might be a stretch. So first be open to the possibility.
Yeah. So.
Someone else had energy gloves.
Yeah, and somebody else seeing lions.
Yeah.
Somebody else a little bit earlier said they saw many faces. So these are all inner visions. This is your inner eye beginning to open. And as you raise your vibration, that's one of the very beautiful things about the Stargate work, that without any effort, some of these abilities just start to open all by themselves. Somebody saying they had a pleasant fragrance, pleasant smell. And somebody was seeing tall blue people. Very often the Pleiadians are seen as blue, a little taller than humans, sometimes a little slimmer. Yeah. Okay. So again, continue to share in the chat box and read what other people are experiencing. The reason that I suggest this is because when you see what others are experiencing, then it starts to become more real, more of a possibility for you to experience similar things.
So stay connected to the energy during the break, drink some water, let the body move, but tune in and think about that bell we just rung and attune. Okay? And we'll see you in 15 minutes.
Great.
So hello and welcome back. Yeah, we're on.
Well, okay, so we are on.
Yeah. Okay.
Welcome back. Somebody's saying, will the 100th monkey yeah, we'll talk about the 100th monkey and the morphic field a little bit later.
We will be talking about that. Yeah.
So I think we should start off by just sharing our appreciation and our gratitude. It's just so touching to see the donations that are flowing in from you all around the world. In this challenging time, for you to be sharing your abundance with us is very much appreciated, because that's something that we need right now in order to continue to do what we're doing. As we can't travel, everything has been thrown up in the air, the same as it has in your lives. Mm-hmm. And so now we wish to create things coming back down in a whole new way. And we're touched in these challenging financial times for so many people that you're still opening your heart and supporting the Stargate experience to go out into the world.
Yeah.
Because we appreciate it, and actually we really need it too.
Yeah, both of those things. And we actually want to talk about gratitude right now. So it's really to feel, I feel in my heart this wave of actual gratitude right now moving through this community. So that's really beautiful. And for those of you who would like to donate, you can do that. We'll have the button on Crowdcast during the breaks, but you can also go to stargate.live/donate. And as was requested yesterday, I added a PayPal option. So bring on the good stuff, and thank you very much.
Okay, so gratitude. As some of you know, in the last few months, was it since the beginning of the year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Thanksgiving last year, Alcazar has started to talk about and express the energy of gratitude as being a vibration, like everything else, but a vibration which is of a very high creative energetic. So what he was saying, and I think what is really important for us all to understand, is that when we tune in and think about something that we feel grateful for, and then moving it from a thought to a feeling, then we're raising our vibration. And Alcazar talked about levels of gratitude. And I'll see if I can remember them. The first is a superficial level. It's when you say, oh, I like something. That's very superficial. It's just acknowledging that thing that you like. I like ice cream and so on.
I really like strawberries.
So that's the superficial. And then there's the next level, which is enjoyment. I really enjoy. I enjoy playing football. I enjoy taking walks. It's a joy. It's a vibration. It feels good. When you like something, it's kind of okay. When you enjoy it, it's a different feeling. It's moving deeper. And from enjoyment, the next level down is appreciation. When you appreciate someone, or appreciate a situation, or appreciate the earth, whatever, So appreciation is again moving even deeper. And beyond that, Alcazar says there's gratitude, which is the deeper level, which is really something which is heartfelt. And so the vibration of gratitude is a beautiful, high energy, heartful vibration. And Alcazar took it even further. He said, when you're feeling grateful, you can move it even deeper into deep gratitude. And that takes intention. You actually need to intend to feel the depth of gratitude. So, why is this important? Alcazar says that when you are vibrating with gratitude, first of all, your vibration goes up. It's a high vibration. So you're consciously adding a higher frequency to this overall vibration that we talked about going out into the quantum field, and the quantum field responds to that vibration. And so it starts to bring more things, more experiences into your life that you feel grateful for. And so the more gratitude you can create consciously, and the deeper you can take that feeling of gratitude, then what you're starting to do is to prime, so to speak, to prime the quantum field to start bringing you more and more beautiful experiences and situations. So, how do you create this gratitude? Simple. Look around your life. What are you grateful for? Even in these times where many people are struggling, focus on what you can be grateful for. Focus on your friendship. Focus on feeling deeply grateful for this person or that person, for your children or your parents. Feel gratitude. It's important to bring it into a feeling, not just a thought. This beautiful earth, the nature, take a moment and really look at a flower. Look deep into it. See if you can feel grateful for that flower. See if you can really feel deep gratitude to the home that you're living in, or the partner that you're sharing your life with in the moment. Alcazar has said, practice deep gratitude. And the reason he said that is that there's another magical element to gratitude. And that is when you're feeling down, when you're depressed, when you're in fear. And there's much fear around in this current situation. So whenever your energy is down, whenever you feel so tired that you don't want to do anything except curl up in your bed or watch TV, when your energy is low, notice it. This is where awareness comes in. Notice, and then decide to change your energy by, first of all, thinking about something that you're grateful for, and then taking that to a feeling. Feel gratitude, because it's a higher vibration. It instantly starts to change your mood, your feeling.
And this is something that neuroscientists talk about a lot in terms of when people are spiraling down. What they've noticed is one of the only emotions that people can focus on, which will level them out, is gratitude. So gratitude, Alcazar talks about it like it's a mystery that is still not fully understood. So the vibration of gratitude has some very beautiful qualities, which Pragit's been talking about. But one of the most fascinating things that Alcazar has said is that gratitude actually lifts you out of duality. So when you focus on gratitude, you actually create that leveling out that the neuroscientists are talking about, where you stop spiraling down. You can imagine it almost as if you were locked into a certain trajectory of your thought patterns. And then you had enough conscious awareness to stop. And when you focus on gratitude, you're opening the potentials for focusing on different pathways of thoughts. So you could almost think of it as opening to the quantum field when you're thinking of gratitude. You're literally opening to other potentials of where you're taking your energy in that moment.
And there's one other aspect that Alcazar talked about, and it connects to the way that we create from the quantum field. Alcazar says when you're vibrating with deep gratitude, not just gratitude, but really deep gratitude, you are actually creating a space where your super consciousness can support the creating process. And the super consciousness can bring an energy into this creation process that you do every second, every moment. And it will start to bring higher levels of creation in the physical, either physical things or experiences of friends or situations that are beyond what you would normally imagine to ask for or to create. So it brings a whole new dimension to your ability to create things in your life. So that's really important.
Yeah. So we wanted to also talk about this principle called resonance. So we actually got a chance to spend some time around a fireplace, like a outside little fire pit, with the physicist Nassim Haramein over the summer. And if you don't know his work, look it up. He's amazing. But one of the things that he talked about is when two things are in resonance with each other, it means that they're a vibrational match. So if you think about the energy of gratitude, you're actually becoming a vibrational match with all the things that you can think of that make you feel grateful. And then that vibrational match is resonating into the quantum field and bringing you more things to feel grateful for. But one of the very fascinating principles that he brought up is when you are in resonance with a certain frequency, you then become capable of information transfer. So what that means is, for example, in the Stargate energies, when we relax and our vibration starts to rise, and then we bring in ascended masters, for example, we start to reach vibrational levels where we're able to plug into information fields that the ascended masters have actually left us on the earth. One of the other things Nissim mentioned, which kind of blew me away, he was talking about when universal beings come to the planet, they tend to have historically bad experiences.
Yeah, they get crucified.
Yeah, I mean,
or poisoned or stoned.
Things don't go too well for them because they're at such a different level than the mass population around them. But what he said is they still end up giving us a huge gift, because the energy that they bring by coming to the planet, it doesn't go away.
It's like an imprint.
It's like an imprint. He actually said that it's like a wave form of energy and information that stays within the stratosphere of the Earth. So when you think about resonance and you think about raising your vibration, it's to be aware that you're literally putting yourself in a place where you can be receptive to cosmic information, and you can feel that that happens. Oftentimes, our friend Anne-Sophie says it the best. You get this feeling that you know something, and you might not know what you know, but you know that you know.
And you don't know where it came from.
And you don't know where it came from.
It's, yeah.
Yeah, but you know that there's more. And like, it's so just, you can also feel what happens when you go down with your energy and you become in resonance with all of the things that you find at fault. So it's just to be aware that part of what's happening on the planet right now is a vibrational game, so to speak. With the global shutdown, there's been a lot of fear, panic, uncertainty. And with that, people give their power away and they just want a solution. So this is part of why we felt compelled to really bring our best to these 4 days and to call out for you guys to share this with your friends, is because we feel that there is the potential for us to put out this wave of energy that lets people kind of dissolve some of that fear and panic. And then the possible trajectories for where the Earth goes step up. Individuals around the planet start having intuitive hits that guide them toward that brighter future.
So, as you know, we're in a very critical time, and each one of us is contributing, whether you're aware of it or not. Your energy is contributing to how humanity, the Earth, will evolve. And so many people out there are struggling and are focused on lack, focused in fear. And so the more of us that can focus on love, focus on abundance on all levels, don't get tied up in the mind about how is that going to happen. Okay? Don't try and figure out how what you would like to create is going to happen. Leave the how up to the quantum field. That might sound very strange, but if you maintain, if you focus on contributing beautiful thoughts about how life is going to be, then those thoughts, those vibrations are going into the field. And the more of us that are focused on these beautiful ways that we're going to live together at the end of this shutdown, then more and more those beautiful ways will start to manifest. Many people have wanted humanity to treat the Earth differently. It's already happening. In the shutdown, it's already happening. Nature is already repairing herself. That can happen in the levels of humanity also. And in the next 2 days, we're going to be talking about how to focus on these beautiful things, how to bring in these new realities. And right now, we're going to move into another meditation in a moment. And this meditation, again, is going to be calling on the guides, calling on your superconsciousness to help us vibrate in different ways. So, are we ready for that?
Are you ready? Are you guys ready? All right, cool.
Okay, so we will move into the next meditation. And Ashley's put the music link on the English broadcast.
Yeah, and so special thank you to Robert Coxon for your amazing music. And let's go.
And so again, if you're listening to the music, get the balance correct. And then each one of you closing your eyes, going inside, feeling yourself very present in the physical body. And then feeling, being aware of your own energy. And relax. And as we've said before, in these meditations, it's really important that you keep your eyes closed throughout. Yes, the camera is still there, but rather than watching what's happening on the screen, we invite you to be conscious enough, aware enough to understand that with your eyes closed, the energy builds up within you. And then there's a potential for change after change after change to occur simply with these energies. We've seen for over 30 years changes happening for people just by being in the energy field without doing anything. That's why Alcazar says again and again, there's nothing to do. Relaxing is not a doing. Understand that. Relaxing is not a doing. You can't make yourself relax. You can only let go into relaxation. So it's really important simply to relax. Follow the suggestions that Alcazar makes in the meditations because they keep you aligned with the energies that are being brought in to the space, your space, and brought in to this global connection that we have with tens of thousands of people. Okay. And so, beloved ones, again, we invite each one of you to ask inside for all the energies that were present in the last meditation to come once more to you, to remind yourself that you have invited an etheric stargate. Call it forth again. Feel yourself in an etheric stargate with the presence of all the guides and all the energies.
We call forth all the energetics and our etheric stargate.
Feel. Very good. And so we are going to ask each one of you now just to breathe a little slower and a little deeper, not forcing anything, but breathing just a little deeper and a little slower. A little deeper and a little slower. And as you do so, bring your awareness to your heart and your heart center. And almost imagine that with your inner eye, you are looking at your heart. This will help you stay focused in the heart center. Breathing a little slower, a little deeper, and focusing on your heart. A little deeper, a little slower, focusing on your heart. And now we are going to call forth a master. He is already energetically with us as part of this large gathering of ascended masters. But we are going to ask his energy to come stronger into this global meditation. And so we are going to ask each one of you to ask inside now for the presence and the energies of the one known as Jesus the Nazarene.
We call for the presence, the energy, the beingness of Jesus the Nazarene.
And feel as his energy comes into your etheric stargate. Feel as Jesus brings his energy to support each one of us. And asking inside for Jesus to love you in your heart center. Asking Jesus to bring his love to your heart center. And just feel. If there is another guide that you feel strongly connected to, invite him or her to bring their love into your heart center as you continue to breathe a little slower and a little deeper. Feeling your heart center. And as you feel the energy, the frequency of love in your heart, we are going to ask you to ask your heart to send love up into the head, to send love into your brain-mind mechanism, as we call it. So sending your love into the brain, into your head, loving your mind, your brain. And then bring your focus back to the heart center again. Feeling love in whatever way you perceive it. And again, having the intention to send your love from your heart, from the energetic heart center, and from the physical heart, up into the head, into the brain-mind mechanism, loving your mind. Because it is a beautiful mechanism. And you can bring your awareness to adjust it. So your mind is a product. And you can change that product by changing your reality. Right now, love your mind. Love your brain. And again, focusing on your heart. And asking your heart to intensify the sensation of love. inviting Jesus or your master to strengthen the vibration of love in your physical heart and your heart center. And again, sending love from your heart to your head, to your mind, this brain-mind mechanism. Loving your mind. Because as you do this, you are strengthening the energetic pathways between the heart and the head. You are giving loving support to the mind. The mind which so often in so many people does not listen so much to the feelings of the heart. The mind, because of the conditioning that you have received, tends to ignore much of the messaging coming from the heart to the head. Now, as you strengthen this pathway of love into the head, into the brain-mind mechanism, then there is this sensation for the mind, I am being loved. And everyone and everything wants to be loved. So by loving your mind will start to become more receptive to the messages of your heart. And so you'll naturally start bringing more love and compassion into the thought process. And in this way, you are naturally raising the vibration of every thought, bringing the love more and more into your life. Breathing a little slower, a little deeper, and feeling the love. And focusing on your heart center once more. And this time, feel the love there. And then ask your heart to radiate love into every single cell of your body. You don't have to know how that can happen. Simply asking your heart to radiate love into every cell of your body. Because, beloved ones, every cell has a consciousness. Just as you like to be loved, every cell in your body likes to be loved. So radiate love to every cell. And can you now start to feel grateful? Can you feel gratitude for this body? Can you focus perhaps away from any judgment you might have about your body? Can you focus and love your body just as it is? Because, beloved ones, if you can love your body just as it is, then your relationship with the body starts to change. And as we have said, every cell appreciates being loved. And love brings harmony. And harmony brings functioning at a higher level. So simply by loving the body, loving the brain-mind mechanism, you start to create harmony. You start to create coherence, energies flowing beautifully together. Your energies are already flowing more beautifully together. If you have been following this meditation, if you have been sending love as we have suggested, and focus now on gratitude. What is the most important thing in your life that you feel grateful for? Just one thing. Maybe after this little talk, it is your body. Feel gratitude for your body. Feel gratitude for one thing in your life right now. And see if you can really feel gratitude. For some, it is a little difficult at first. But continue feeling it and see if you can move it deeper. See if you can have that gratitude sensation get even stronger. As you feel gratitude, you are changing the vibrations that you are sending out into the quantum field. Feel deep gratitude. Take that feeling as deep as you can right now, and do not judge yourself if you feel it is not going as deep as you would like it to be. Feel gratitude at whatever level you can reach right now. And practice gratitude. And so, as you continue to focus on your heart, as you continue to breathe a little slower and a little deeper, tune in, what else do you feel grateful for? A person, a situation, a home? What do you feel grateful for now? This beautiful earth? A beautiful little dog or cat? What is it that comes to mind? And just focus on that person or that thing or that animal. Focus. See in your mind's eye what you are feeling grateful for right now. And see if you can pour that gratitude towards that thing or that person, that situation, and feel deep gratitude, as deep as you can, just to allow that deeper and deeper. And as you vibrate with this gratitude, you are radiating into the quantum field a high frequency vibration. It is so important that you understand this. As you vibrate a high frequency into the quantum field responds in this next moment, in the next day, in the next week, and so on. It brings you a higher vibration experience in your life. The more you can radiate deep gratitude, the more you start changing the physical reality. You start changing the way that people relate to you and you relate to others. There have been so many who have been practicing this bringing it into their lives and saying, things are changing. People are getting nicer to me. Yes, indeed, because your vibration is changing. And the quantum field responds to that. This is so important, beloved ones, because your programming, your societies program you to focus on lack. Your societies program you to focus on what is not right. Your societies program you to focus on the negative. And when you focus on what is not right, when you focus on what you don't have, when you are jealous or complaining about what others have, all those are low vibrations. Your societies program you to vibrate at a lower vibration. And as you vibrate at a lower vibration, you continue to attract into your life people, situations that reflect back to you the lower vibration. And so nothing changes. You continue to struggle and suffer and complain and judge. As you raise your vibration, your life experiences start to change. As you raise your vibration, slowly, slowly you will notice that life around you starts to change. Almost magically, until you start to understand how you are creating moment by moment. Because when you start to realize that every thought, every feeling affects what is about to happen in the next moment, the next day, the next week, whatever, your thoughts start to change. When you notice yourself being negative or judgmental, you catch yourself. And in that moment, you can change it. You can bring in a positive, grateful, energetic, and things will start to change right away. The more you do this, the easier it becomes. That is why we say to you, practice deep gratitude. You can think easily of 100 things to be grateful for. There are so many things. The beautiful trees, the beautiful plants, the beautiful animals, your friends, your home, the food that you eat. You can be grateful for so many things. Just being grateful for this moment of stillness, this moment of connectedness around the globe. Can you feel deep gratitude? Tens of thousands of people meditating together in this moment of now, whether they are with you live or whether they are with you in a recording. They are all in this moment of now in the quantum field. Their energies are with you. And so, beloved ones, deep gratitude can transform your life. It will raise your vibration. As your vibration gently gets higher, what will start to happen is more awareness will come to you. And you will find that you become aware of your limitations. You will become aware of the programming which has kept you shut down in different areas. And instead of judging it, instead of judging yourself, you will celebrate, now I can see this program. Now I can see this habit pattern which has been limiting me. Now I am going to take a look, understand, why have I had this? Where did it come from? And with a new way of looking at this program, bringing a new understanding, or working with your inner child, clarity comes. And then there's a sudden realization, this is not needed anymore. And with that realization, that program can dissolve. That limitation can disappear from your experience of life. Beloved ones, the Stargate experience energetics can support you in the most rapid personal evolution. And in doing so, you are assisting in the rapid evolution of humanity. Deep gratitude. Always start with yourself. Love self first. Always take care of yourself first. And this goes against the programming that so many of you have. You have been taught, take care of others. Take care of them before you take care of yourself. But beloved ones, if you are struggling to take care of so many other things, you have no energy for yourself. And how can you really help another if your energy is drained? Take care of self first. And then you are assisting others from an overflowing of energy. You are doing it from a place of love, not from a place of feeling like you have to do. You have to take care of others. Beloved ones, share your love, share your actions from a place of overflowing. And so, take a moment and bring your awareness to the heart center once more. Feel deep gratitude in whatever way works for you. And as you feel this deep gratitude, send this vibration of love in your heart once more to each and every cell of your body. Your heart knows how to do this. You don't have to put any effort into it at all. And in this energy of love for self, there is a certain openness that happens, even at the level of your very cells. And so, once more, focusing on the heart, feeling the love, deep gratitude, and once more, send the message from your heart to your head, to your brain-mind mechanism. I am deeply grateful for the abilities that my brain-mind mechanism has, how it guides me, how it is opening to allow more suggestion from my heart, from the frequencies of love. And now, in this openness, each one of you asking inside for the love of your super consciousness to pour down over your humanness. So we are calling for the love of everyone's super consciousness to pour down into the open, receptive, loving nature of their humanness right now. And if you can feel an energy coming to you, thank you, bring me more. Thank you, bring me more. And just allowing yourself to bathe in the loving energies coming from your superconsciousness to you. And totally relax into these energies, however you perceive them. You are loved, and you are love. You are super consciousness guiding a human experience. And it is our intention to assist you to know this not just because we have said it, but to know it through your own personal experience. Because when you know it for yourself, from your experiencing, we guarantee your life will change. Your life will become more abundant on all levels. More love, more joy, more celebration, more health, more freedom. Are you ready to claim that which is your birthright? Simply by being born into the human form, it is your birthright to live in abundance on all levels. Are you ready to claim this? For we are ready to support you in the understanding of how to draw this into your life. And deep gratitude is a vital key to this understanding. And in love for humanity, we share this with you. So, beloved ones, understand the importance of loving your mind, loving your head. Understand the balance is needed. The head and the mind is needed. The heart and the love is needed. You are in a duality here. Balance is so important. Even in these meditations, there is a balance. This one, Pragit, brings through the mind so that words can be shared, energies can be shared. And this one, Julianne, who is deep in the heart, sharing, radiating the energies that we are talking of. And so the balance in these meditations is a demonstration. As this one talks, Julianne radiates. We are working together through these two. So do not imagine for a moment that in the meditation, this one, Julianne, is not doing anything. She is radiating so much into the field. The Alcazar group is channeling energies through her, which are balancing out and supporting the words that are coming through this one. The balance of the heart and the head. And so, beautiful people, feel yourself in your physical body right now. Notice your energy. Maybe you can feel deep gratitude for yourself, for giving this opportunity to yourself. For you chose to be here. You chose this experience for yourself. Can you feel deep gratitude to yourself? And so once more, very slowly and very gently, bring your awareness back into your room. And as you come back, have the intention of maintaining these energies with yourself. Very good. Hey. And so again, very gently coming back, bring the energies back with you. Yeah. And again, if you wish to comment in the chat box, share your experience. And we see deep gratitude being shared, which is very beautiful. Thank you. Johanna is having tears of gratitude. Again, thank you and allow the tears. Alcazar has said something about tears in the past. He said, when you truly allow the tears, sometimes they are tears of sadness that you have been shut down or unconscious in some way. And if you totally allow that, slowly, slowly, that will change for tears of joy. Why? Because you have realized that you have been shut down, and you have to have already moved away from being shut down in order to notice and let it go. So allow the tears. Sometimes it's tears of joy because you're feeling these beautiful energies. And if you continue to allow the tears of joy, sadness comes up because you start to realize, oh, I haven't been living in that joy. So continue to allow the tears until the sadness dissipates also. So we thank you all so much for being here with us. I'm very touched actually right now, feeling the gratitude in a different way, a deeper gratitude for all of you supporting us in so many ways, for all of us coming together to create this growing potential for what we're about to do. We're going to send this wave of energy around the planet. We're going to plant some amazing seeds of how we choose our world to be.
Can you feel it building? It's like this feeling of the potential energy just like starting to become a torrent.
So we're going to take a break now, another 15 minutes.
So we'll see you then.
Yes, and we're going to, as people have been asking, we're going to put the button up so that you can contribute to the Stargate experience. And thank you very much for all your donations, great and small.
Thank you. Bring us more.
Thank you, bring us more. Yeah, absolutely.
And
Thank you, bring us more.
Stay in the energy in this break.
We'll see you in about 15 minutes. Okay. Welcome back. If you'd like to settle down while I have my sip of coffee. Helped ground me after that last meditation.
Mm-hmm.
It was really, really strong. And I spent some time during the break just reading some of the comments. Really beautiful. And it just shows that you're moving really deeply into these meditations, and that's fantastic. Really beautiful. And even though I don't see the comments that are happening in all the other languages, I get a feeling that similar things are happening there. And so thank you for sharing your comments, because it's really helpful, especially for those people that are new to the Stargate work. It's really helpful to read and understand what's happening for other people.
Yeah. And during that meditation, we went deeper and higher. And I remembered another thing that I thought was really fascinating that Nassim said about why it is that when our awareness saturates deeper, there also seems to be this heightening in our awareness that happens also. And what he said was it's all about what you can be consciously aware of in your felt sense. So, for example, he's saying if you can feel every cell of your body, then you're connecting to the earth, because every cell of your body comes from the earth. If you can take your subtle awareness even a layer deeper and you can feel every atom vibrating, then you're connecting to our sun, because the atoms in our bodies are forged in the stars.
Wow.
If you can sense the protons inside the atoms,
Oh, we can all do that.
then you're galactic. The proton is galactic awareness. And if you can go subatomic to feeling the fluctuations of the vacuum space, also known as the quantum field, you're universal. And I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So,
and also, even though it sounds very amazing, I think those are steps that we will notice as we evolve, as we move towards that which we call here enlightenment.
yeah.
And which reminds me of something that Alcazar has said actually many times. And if you recall a little earlier, he said that all of us lived elsewhere before we became human. And he's talked a lot about that in the past, so I don't want to go into it too much right now. But those civilizations that we came from, he mentioned earlier that those civilizations have reached what we call enlightenment. They're in their light bodies now. And on the first day, Alcazar said that scientists have been looking for proof of life in the universe and they don't find any. And Alcazar said to us several times, well, they're looking in the wrong dimension. So as we evolve, as our vibration gets higher, we do literally shift into a different dimensional reality. Will we notice it? No, because it will still seem as if we're like this. We'll still see each other in what appears to be a physical body, but our bodies are going to change. They're going to align with our higher vibrations. They're going to move back to functioning perfectly. So we've lived before in these societies where everyone is enlightened. So what does that mean for us now? We chose to come and be here. We chose to have this human experience. we volunteered, and we came. And when you come here, you agree to go through all these cycles of lifetime after lifetime after lifetime, having this experience of duality. And those who've been on a spiritual path sometimes have struggled because they feel that they have to reach enlightenment, and they're working so hard to do this or that or the other. All these different ways that people are forcing themselves into in order to become enlightened. Alcazar says there's nothing to do. You've already reached that state of enlightenment. You know what it's like because you've lived that. So if you relax, if you let go, if you move into these energy fields that the Stargate creates, you are gracefully and blissfully, slowly moved through the experiences that you've chosen to have here, the highs and the lows. You move through these experiences with ease and grace because you already know how to be enlightened.
And the part of you, your super consciousness, that is enlightened already. Rather, when you're enlightened, you're in the resonance with your super consciousness. Your super consciousness is actually fascinated with every facet of being human. I have these moments sometimes when it's like I realize that some deeper part of me is just in awe, like in total awe of being like in this body. And I don't know if you guys have ever felt this, but have you ever like come into contact with the part of you that you know you've been enlightened before? Just like raise your hand if you felt that. It's an amazing feeling, right? Oh, you can raise your hands at home too.
So one of the other areas that I'd like to talk about, and somebody's already asked about this, about the morphic field of humanity. What is it? And this is an energetic field, unseen, that connects us all. And so our energies are all part of the morphic field of humanity. Every species has its own morphic field. And so we are connected to it. Our feelings and our thoughts actually participate in the creation and the maintenance of that morphic field. So what we do affects the morphic field of humanity. Many of you have heard of the 100th monkey principle, which I'll mention just because it gives an idea of how the morphic field works. So apparently, this occurred in some remote Japanese islands a long time ago. Scientists were observing a group of monkeys living on one of the islands, uninhabited islands. Uninhabited with humans anyway. And the monkeys would dig up roots and eat them. It's their primary food source. One day, one of the monkeys washed the root before she ate it. And then after a while, they noticed that several of the monkeys started washing their food. And then after a while, most of the monkeys on that island were washing their food before they ate it. Sounds like a good idea. But what fascinated the scientists was suddenly monkeys on other islands started washing their food before they ate it. And so it had been transferred somehow from the monkeys on one island to the monkeys on another. How? Through the morphic field. The morphic field of that race of monkeys. There were enough monkeys putting that energy into the field wash your food, wash your food. That others on the other islands started to download that understanding and started to wash their food. So humanity is connected. We are connected with our thoughts and our feelings, even though we're not aware of it. So what's the importance of that? Okay, so if you remember when this virus started to become well known, as things started to shut down, there was a lot of fear, a lot of panic in the morphic field. Millions of people freaking out about what's going to happen. The information that we were being bombarded with, the fears that were being promoted by the press and the politicians. So all this fear and panic was in the morphic field all of a sudden. And so many people, sensitive people, were feeling this heaviness. Were feeling the energetic weight of all that fear, and transmuting it for yourself made you feel very tired. So in the beginning of that process of shutdown and fear and panic, many people started to feel really tired. Why? Because the morphic field had so much fear and panic. And then after a while, the energy changed because we were being bombarded with all kinds of information, contradictory information, all kinds of judgments, all kinds of political fandangling. For how the translators are going to translate that, I don't know. Political maneuvering, maybe that will help. And so then there was all this confusion and doubt and questioning. And that changed the morphic field too. And so we felt a shift in the energy, and the field actually shifted several times. So Alcazar has said that we are in a window of opportunity now, because the morphic field of humanity has gone through fear, has gone through confusion, and now we can bring to the morphic field solutions just by projecting how we see the world to function from now on. There are millions of people who can't wait to go back to the old, who are hoping that they can get their job back, who are hoping that I would rather have a vaccination and feel safe. So they are focusing on the negative. They are focusing on the old ways. And the beautiful thing about what we're doing here is we're bringing in higher frequencies. And by asking the guides to support us, the guides can then bring their energy through our humanness and amplify what we're putting out. So there may be 10 or 20,000 of us meditating around the world, but also there's the energy from all these guides. Because we have asked them, they have permission to support us. So there is going to be a huge wave of energy going out. It's already happening because we're connected to the morphic field. At the end of the last day, we're going to be sending a huge wave of energy. We've done this before in the past with different focuses. We know how it is. It's quite amazing.
Yeah. And if you remember what we were saying about the enlightened masters leaving this imprint, this waveform of energy and information, wisdom around the earth, and this waveform staying like forever, just vibrating. When we make that huge wave, we're bringing something in that we might catch up with in the future. Meaning like we might hit as a society or individuals, the place where we can resonate with the information, technology, wisdom, advanced whatever it is that the guides are going to be able to bring, because with our free will, we invited it.
And this morning, Jules pointed out to me the scientist Rupert Sheldrake.
Mhm.
And he's done a lot. He's written a lot about the morphic field of humanity. And it's a little bit heady, difficult to understand. But one of the things that he said is that these morphic fields evolve.
Mm-hmm.
And that the morphic field is affected by and sends information into the physical body, into each individual.
So when we develop from a single fertilized egg, for example, there's a morphogenetic field that's actually informing the development into the human being. So this morphic field is very powerful, and it's a concept that's sort of like the template. Like, so, yeah.
So there's many different aspects to it. And the one thing that is super important right now is that actually just a short while ago, can you remember when Alcazar first introduced the Stargate Global Community Morphic Field?
Activating Your Internal Stargate webinar in the end of February. Yeah.
That was an amazing webinar. So that's something, if you have the time and would like to go through, that was really great. So Alcazar said that the guides, the Alcazar group, has been working with our super consciousnesses, so that's working with our higher aspects, to create what he calls the Stargate Global Community Morphic Field. So what is that? It's a subsection, if you will, a part of the human morphic field, which is in a sense separated. And as each one of us connect to that morphic field, the Stargate morphic field, to shorten it down a little bit, as we connect to the Stargate morphic field, we are putting energy into it. And the power of that field is getting stronger and stronger. And we can actually call for energetic support from that Stargate morphic field. And that's been happening in meditations. And many, many people have written in saying, I can feel it. When I invite it in, I feel it. Initially, it's good to do it in a meditation because you're perhaps more sensitive then. But people have been saying they are calling this Stargate morphic field energy for support as they go about their daily lives, and they can feel that energy coming to them. So in a moment, we will do a meditation to connect with that.
Mm-hmm.
So I can feel that even though this is just the second day, there is energy really, really building, getting stronger and stronger. And if people who are listening, if you've experienced the Stargate morphic field, perhaps put it in the chat box just to share your experience. And I realize that primarily this information has gone out in English, and so it's not so available for people in other languages yet. But know that our intention is to make all these amazing things available to you in your language as soon as possible.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
To me, when I connect to the Stargate morphic field, it has this information in it, this kind of super conscious wisdom connection. So it can be very powerful, specifically to connect in when you are needing support. And Alcazar said, bring it into your meditations because you'll be energizing it and being energized by it.
That's the amazing thing, is that we're putting energy into it. And because the guides in our super consciousness are working to create that, the influence of the Stargate morphic field is going out into the general human morphic field, but the negativity, etc., is not coming into the Stargate morphic field. So the Stargate morphic field is an energy of support that you can call upon to uplift you when you need it, or to uplift you when you don't need it, but you want to go higher.
Cool.
Yeah, absolutely. So you can use it at any time. Bring it into your meditations. Feel it. Okay. Okay, Sarah is asking, how is it different from the quantum field? Okay, very briefly, the quantum field is the vast totality of all that is. And so all the dimensions are held within the quantum field. All the different universes are within the quantum field. When we're talking about the morphic field, we're talking about a very small aspect of the quantum field. It's a tiny, tiny part. There's a morphic field for every animal. And quite possibly for every plant species as well. Anyway,
Cool.
we won't go into that too much now. So we're going to move into a meditation.
Yeah.
So we're going to ask you just to be comfortable, relaxed. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So again, we invite you just to be really comfortable in whatever way works for you. Some people like to lie down just to be totally relaxed, and that's beautiful too. And just ask for the Etheric Stargate that you've invited before. Just invite that Etheric Stargate to be with you again. Reconnect to it. And so, beloved ones, we are with you. Feel us. We are bringing back the energetics of all those who have been with you in these 2 days. Can you feel our energies coming to you? Can you feel the energy gently building around you? Can you feel us loving you? We are here to support you. You individually. Indeed. And so an explanation has been given that many of you have been able to follow and to understand about the Stargate Global Community Morphic Field. We have created this with you, not with your human part, with your superconscious aspect, the real you, as we continue to say. More and more people are beginning to understand that they are, in fact, far more than your human experience. As you begin to realize this, your human experience starts to change, starts to evolve. And so, again and again, we invite you to be open to the possibility that what we are talking about can be a truth, a reality for you. We are not saying believe what we tell you. Not at all. Understand this. We are not saying you have to believe what we are telling you. We are saying be open to the possibility. Because when you are open to the possibility, then there is a very good chance that you will have an experience. With the experience, it's no longer a thought about maybe this is real or not. Your experience demonstrates it becomes your reality. So we are inviting you into a reality that perhaps you have not experienced before. We do not ask you to blindly follow, as so many of your religions do. We do not say believe. We do not say this. We say question. Question and see if this works for you. Is this appropriate for you? And we also understand that the Stargate work is not for everyone. The Stargate experience attracts intelligent people, for intelligence is needed to follow and to test for yourself if what we are saying is true for you. We do not want followers. We do not want believers. We are inviting intelligent people to listen, to experience, and then come to their own conclusions about whether or not this is of benefit to you. And so, beloved ones, we are with you. The guides and beings who have been working with you these 2 days have brought their energy gently back into this field, this connected meditational energetic that tens of thousands of you are creating. And so first of all, we are going to ask each one of you to invite all the guides and beings to bring a little more energy into this field so that you can sense their presence a little stronger.
We call for an enhanced energy presence from all the guides and beings who have been holding their energy with us.
And just feel. Can you sense a gentle shift in the energy? A gentle acknowledgement. Yes, we are here with you.
Relax into it and invite even more energy from the guides.
Thank you. Bring us more of your energetic presence. Very good. And we wish to give you a demonstration. We have told you that these meditations and these energies are happening in the quantum field. The quantum field is not somewhere else. The quantum field is everywhere. It is around you. It is even within you. It is difficult for the mind to totally grasp. In the quantum field, there is no time. Time is an illusion that you experience in a particular way in this third dimensional physical reality. In the quantum field, there is no time as you know it. So, you also are aware, most of you, that if you listen and meditate to the recordings that we have made, If you are meditating with us, then you will feel these energies. You are contributing to these energies. So, here now, with those people who are listening, what you would call live to this event, in the same moment of your time as these here are gathered in your Mount Shasta, you are creating an energy field. Others will be listening to these recordings. And if they are meditating with you, they are contributing energy to the field. And so, beloved ones, we wish to demonstrate this to you. And those of you who are sensitive to energy will feel this. So, what we are going to do now is we are going to invite all those people who are listening to the recording to send their energy into Mount Shasta the moment you hear and feel these instructions. So send your energy right now. And those people who are live, can you feel an energy coming into your space? Can you feel the energy from those meditators in what you call your future, sending the energy into the now? Can you feel this added wave of energy from your future, from the illusion of future? You, in your human form, experience time. It is part of the reality here. But these meditations are in the quantum field. And so it is possible to feel both the future and the past. Very good. So, we now would like each and every one of you to ask inside for the energies of the Stargate community morphic field to come to you.
We invite the energetic connection to the Stargate morphic field.
And feel, here it comes. If you have asked, feel the Stargate morphic field coming to you, a gentle energy of support. You can ask it to get stronger. You can ask it to come closer. You can ask for more. And just feel. Many describe it as a warm blanket. Some have described it as almost like the energy of honey flowing down around them, golden light. But each one of you can perceive it in your own way. The Stargate morphic field. All those who are connected to the Stargate experience, every time they connect to the Stargate morphic field, are energizing it a little more. And every time it is energized more, it gets stronger. And that stronger energy comes to you when you ask. So ask again for more energy from the Stargate morphic field. And feel. Right now, there are thousands of you putting energy into and receiving energy from the Stargate morphic field. It is an energy of support. It is an energy of higher vibration. It is an energy that vibrates with love. As has already been said, the Stargate global community morphic field is a part of the human morphic field. And it radiates energy already into the human morphic field. We are going to be working together to create a huge wave of change. This wave of change will be based on the frequencies of love and compassion, based on the understanding of each and every person being equally deserving of everything, where there is no separation, but simply honoring and respecting our uniqueness, honoring the differences as well as the similarities, not judging others because of their preferences, the color of their skin, the religion that they choose. No. Honoring each for their own choices, for their own experiences, sharing from a place of love and compassion. And so we will be creating with you this wave of energy, which will be going out at some point in these gatherings. So these days are a preparation. In fact, we have been preparing with a large group of people. Many thousands of people have been gathering virtually every day for a month or so, building up their energy, building up to prepare for these days. And so we will be calling on the energies from this last month as well. So this tidal wave of energy will move out around your earth, will move into the morphic field of humanity, and will be creating vibration of hope. Hope for a new future. So that those people who right now are waiting and demanding the old to return will suddenly have an opportunity to hope for something better. Not hoping for their old job, their old limitations to return, but hoping for something better. Even if they move back to the job they were doing before, the situation is better. There is more loving and honoring in that situation. This is what we are intending to create with each and every one of you. And so beautiful ones, the morphic field of the Stargate energies is available for you whenever you choose to ask for it. Allow that understanding. Start visualizing this wave of energy that we will be sending out together around the world. Visualize in your mind's eye right now all these thousands of people holding such a similar intention. Very good. Totally relax into these soft energies. Nothing to do. And as you relax, just tune in to your heart once more and tune in to gratitude. And as you start to feel gratitude rather than just thinking it, as you start to feel gratitude, see if you can take that gratitude deeper, stronger. Very good. Very good. And as we did in your yesterday, we are going to invite once more this one Julianne to radiate the essence of life to each and every one of you. We do this because these energies are a nourishment on many levels. They are a nourishment to your physical body. They are a nourishment to your energetic, your emotional, your mental bodies, your spiritual bodies. And as we say this, understand that the separation that we talk of when we talk of spiritual, physical, emotional, mental, the separation is just a way of describing the totality that you are. In fact, there is no separation. These are just different ways of looking at your overall vibration. Just as your biologists will look at your blood circulation system, they will look at your digestion, they will look at your nervous system, but none of these systems work without the other. They are all, in fact, just part of the physical body. Similarly, when we talk about your physical, mental, emotional, spiritual bodies, it is just different frequencies of the whole. But the beautiful thing is that the essence of life can vibrate all these different elements and aspects, bringing harmony and balance on all levels. And so now we ask this one, Julianne, to start radiating the essence of life into this meditation field that is stretching around the world. And already the energies are radiating. Tune in to your own energy field, and perhaps you will notice as the essence of life touches you, touches your energy field. That is where most people will notice it. Some will notice the essence of life affecting their physical body. For these energies can actually cause a realignment, or what you would call healing, in the physical body. If the individual is open and ready for this realigning. But similarly, on all these aspects of self, the essence of life can bring back balance. And so feel the subtle energies that are coming to you. And as we have done in your yesterday, we are now going to invite Julianne to radiate the next level of the essence of life, different frequencies of the essence of life. And as you are tuning into your own energy field, maybe you notice, because already this new frequency is coming to you. Perhaps you can notice the difference. Again, as with all the energies in the Stargate experience, if you are open and willing to experience them, they will be coming to you. Whether or not you sense them, they are there. Sometimes they are very subtle. Sometimes they are very strong and powerful. It depends on you in the moment, what is most appropriate for you. And now, beloved one, if you can bring the next level or layer of the essence of life, and again, feeling your energy field, and maybe you can sense it shifting. There, it just shifted. Very good. Very good. And this one, Julianne, is sharing this energy from the center of this large Stargate. And the Stargate acts as an amplifier of the energies that Julianne is radiating. And so now we say thank you so much for sharing these energies once more. And we ask each one of you now to tune in and feel your own energy. And most of you will be aware that your vibration has changed. You are vibrating at a higher level now. Acknowledge it to yourself. Yes, I can feel my vibration has changed. I can feel a higher vibration. It is important that you acknowledge it to yourself, because if you acknowledge it, if you say to yourself, yes, and I wish more of this, I want more of these higher vibrations, I call forth more of these higher vibrations, you are giving a message to your subconscious. You are saying that these high vibrations are important to me. And when your subconscious starts to realize that you wish to be aware of higher vibrations, then your subconscious will start to make your consciousness aware when higher vibrations are coming to you. And so when your super consciousness is wishing to send you an intuition, an intuitive message, your subconscious will say to your conscious, hey, feel this. Intuition is coming. Take notice. Or when you are moving in an environment, perhaps walking through nature, and there is a place there where the energy is higher, your subconscious will say, hey, can you feel this? Can you feel this higher vibration? And you will consciously tune into it. And so we are working with you on a subconscious level also. So right now, you can say to your subconscious, many of you have already done this, but you can say to your subconscious, I choose to experience more and more higher vibration. However it comes to me in my daily life. You can repeat this intention daily if you wish to strengthen this understanding in the subconscious. And now take a moment yet again to feel deep gratitude for anything, for anyone, for any situation, or for everything. And as you become more and more familiar with feeling deep gratitude for situations in your life, you will start to realize also that you begin to feel deep gratitude for those things, people, situations in your life that are a challenge. Because you start to understand that those challenging situations are actually an opportunity to understand more about yourself. And so, beloved ones, once more, feeling yourself in the body, feeling your energy self, and slowly, slowly, very slowly, bringing your awareness back into your room. And as you do so, bringing these energies with you. Do not leave them behind in the meditation. Bring them and integrate them into every cell of your body, into every level of your beingness. Okay? Wow. For me, I'm just noticing this build-up that's happening, the Alcazar's promise, but I'm just really feeling it happening in my own energy field. And Julianne looks a bit spaced out still.
Yeah.
And so, again, we invite you just to share your experiences of this meditation. Could you feel the Stargate Morphic field when you asked for it? Could you feel it coming? How did it feel for you? Luigi's saying he felt so warm. Beautiful. My intention is to feed the Stargate Morphic field with sincere love, care, compassion, appreciation, and gratitude. Wonderful. Wow, such a powerful life force vibrating all over. Yeah, this essence of life is really incredible.
It's important to mention that the essence of life is accessible to everyone. And Alcazar asked me to teach it to women in particular, but everyone can access it, boys and girls. And you can learn how to do this in your field. As you've been vibrated with it, your essence has been stimulated. So if you want to start playing with it, you can ask your essence of life to come to life. A good time to do that is right before you go to bed.
And Paula is saying, Stargate Morphic field, so strong, beautiful, The more you connect with it, the stronger it gets. Yeah. Carolyn is saying warm and inviting. Yes, very nice. I've never felt such complete peace and whoops, it's gone. Wow, the pain in my solar plexus disappeared when I received the 3rd level of the essence of life. Thank you. Beautiful. When you experience this rebalancing or healing, appreciate it, feel gratitude. But so often the mind thinks as, oh, is that going to come back? As soon as you start thinking in that way, you bring it back. So when you feel a rebalancing happening, when you feel a healing happening in your body, appreciate it. Bring deep gratitude. Celebrate the change. Okay? Stay in the loving energy. Don't bring fear in. In this duality, you always have a choice between a love or fear. The opposite of love is not hate. The opposite of love is fear. Don't bring fear. Celebrate. Bring love and celebration to the changes. I felt heat in my body, especially my hands and crown chakra. It was like someone was touching it. Now, that's an interesting thing. Many people in these meditations feel as if they're having a physical touch. And the answer to that question, is it a physical touch, is no, it's not physical, but it's your guides touching you. Very often, if you're open, the guides, whoever they are, wish you to know that they are real. And if they feel that you're open and receptive, if they feel that you're not going to go into fear, they will very often give a light touch somewhere on the body. So if you feel a light touch, say thank you. Touch me again whenever you wish.
There were a few people who actually said when that wave of energy from the future, from people listening in the future came in, they started to sob.
How many people, if you put in the chat box, could you feel that energy coming from the future? For those people that haven't yet done these meditations, but will be joining. Yeah. So, what was I going to say? Someone is saying, yes, it was profound. Andrea's saying, yes, I felt it. Another yes, 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 yes. Oh, lots of yeses coming through. And it's probably the same with all the different languages as well. Could feel the energy from the future. So this is something that Alcazar has actually been playing with in meditations here in Mount Shasta. We actually had a 4-day gathering, and we sent the energy into tomorrow. And then Alcazar would say, now just wait a minute, because tomorrow you're going to receive that energy and send it back. And so a few moments later, we felt a wave of energy coming back from ourselves in the future. So the next day, we were there, and then this energy came from yesterday. We received it and sent it back into the past. So this was just a way that Alcazar was showing us the illusion of time and the reality of the quantum field, where there is no time.
What will be interesting is we've actually supercharged a lot of energy that's been projected into Slovenia. So we'll see how and when that energy shows up.
Yeah. There was a comment there from Teresa. It's just disappeared from the chat, but she was saying that the Portuguese comment, the channel that's going out in Portuguese to the Portuguese and Brazilians, they have been having very similar responses to what's been coming up on the English chat. So thank you for sharing that, Teresa. Teresa is actually our organizer in Portugal, and there's lots of people watching either this stream or also on Facebook.
Yeah.
Cool.
We had about 1,600 Portuguese speakers yesterday watching on YouTube. So shout out to the Portuguese.
But then we have to shout out to the French and the Germans and
the Italians.
So shout out to everyone. Hi, the
Hungarians.
Yeah. Okay, we have
the Bulgarians, Greek, Czech,
Israelis, and all the rest
Spanish.
of them. Yeah. Oh, don't forget the Spanish. They'll be very upset.
Yes. I know we're forgetting some, but
yeah.
Slovene.
Oh, can't forget the Slovenes. Okay. So we're coming to the end of today's celebration and meditation and global gathering. And wow, I am just in a really beautiful space right now, feeling the energy. I'm hoping that you are all in your own way. And we're just halfway through this process and feeling the energy now and thinking back to how I felt at the end of the day yesterday. It's tangibly stronger for me. And people checking in from around the world again. Lovely to have you here.
Crowdcast does this really cool thing where it makes a map of where in the world people are joining from. So if that map is ready, I'll share it and you can see. Yeah. Maybe we can prep it for tomorrow.
Will that show all the different languages?
Yeah.
Or just the English ones?
Well, it will be from who's tuning into the English, but many of the languages do check in with the English crowdcast. Okay. So we'll see.
Okay. So again, thank you for being here. Thank you so much to all those people that have contributed financially. And someone was asking that, or saying that they're in extreme difficulty financially right now. They would like to contribute. So first of all, just by being part of this, you're contributing. And if you feel like you want to financially contribute, just send $1, just so that you're part of that flow of energy supporting the Stargate experience. There's no amount that's too less, and there's no amount that's too much. Just what comes from your heart in the moment, and be in your abundance. Allow your giving to be an opening to receive. Because what Alcazar talks about is that the abundance is the flow. It's not a holding on to something, whether it's money or a person or whatever. It's not about holding on, because that kills things. It's about flow. So allowing the flow. And if your financial flow is slow right now, then encourage it. Just send $1 if you wish, if you feel to. And as you send it, do it with the intention of, this is opening my flow of energy. I'm giving this $1 and it's going to open for so much more to come back to me. That's the energetic that Alcazar has been wanting to share with all of us. Flow. Abundance is flow. Flowing love. Love is not love if it is not flowing. Yeah? Love is not love unless it is flowing. That's why it's important to love yourself. Okay. And I just wish to say that I haven't met most of you, but I'm really, really appreciative, and I send you my love, my gratitude for all that we're doing together. Thank you. So, goodbye from me. Hey, goodbye from everyone here. And goodbye from those who are behind the scenes, who are working very hard to make this happen, both here in Shasta and all the translators and organizers around the world. Thank you all so much for what you're doing.
We've got a beautiful hummingbird that just flew away outside the window. So
it's hard to say goodbye, isn't it?
Yeah.
But we're going to in a minute, maybe. Yeah. Love you guys. Thank you. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.